I mean, it's Saturday. Like, there's no more room for mistakes. If you have expectations of winning a championship and putting a banner up in the ceiling, there's no room for slips up. Friday you can slip up and you can make up for it.
Something a little bit special here at the LATAM team. I think this is a massive opportunity for them. You're going up against a team of absolute vets. And it's funny because I know we have a ton of veterans.
Every time I win banners on the ceiling?
Spacestation.
They're old dogs.
They are the old dogs, for sure. You know,
every time I put banners on the ceilings?
They can do all sorts of things, right?
Looking at what happened elsewhere, looking at, like you say, how the bracket is starting to look and stack up with potential matchups. Going 3-0 becomes a, you cannot do it. Like, you cannot not do it. Right. You have to go 3-0 to give yourself a chance in that bracket, knowing some of the big teams that are going to be moving 3-0
on in a best of 5. Let's do it.
A little bit earlier than a lot of people would have expected them in on the main stage, but they came through it in those big moments, and big moments are what decide big games. Big moments are what decide big series, and this is a big series for SSG to make sure that they finish in Pool D here 3-0.
Are we doing it?
And go into that winner side feeling extremely confident in everything that they've worked on. But in front of them, it's Ether. Through that open bracket, they have
SSG versus Ether. Come on, man.
And the LATAM team wants
Let's
to
get it going.
a big scalp here to see if they can progress in this tournament in the way that they would want. We're into game number 1 here. We're starting off with the POV of Stellar.
See what this man can do. I would say largely yesterday we saw Stellar oftentimes get stifled, shut down a bit, uncharacteristically. But you know the man is going to be ready to play, and he plays 3 days of Halo for a reason. Strong opening here. It's already 3 dead. SSG with an early lead.
Yeah,
already 3 dead.
Having the unfavorable spawns.
Boom, baby.
This game type not being able to access B almost immediately means that converting B into your command is a great start for you. It shows you've overcome, you've picked up kills, and speaking of which, Ether haven't picked one up yet. The opening break has completely been won here as the first kill does go down to tapping buttons, and the attention turns from scoring, which is continuing, towards that camo that's coming up as well.
Nicely done. Still 3 dead. They are the only player alive for just a moment. Looks like trapped all the way in Rat jail, but not anymore. Lucid gets away with everything, by the way.
Dude, it's a savage.
On Lior and Rat. Steals the camo, also lives to tell the tale 36-0 off of the rip.
And no one near a stronghold to contest at the moment for Ether as well. Oh, Lucid, he's lining them up. And when you've got camo and you've got sniper rifle in your hands, it's an easy job for a player with this much talent. He is looking very comfortable, and a 5-0 kind of backs that up.
How about this? Even though we see a few kills on the board coming in for the side of Ether, it doesn't matter. About to be a trip cap at the 60-point mark. It's still 3 dead. The entire time I've watched the scoreboard, it's been 3 dead. And what a start here from Spacestation Gaming.
Still 2 bullets to work with here for Lucid as well. We will have to be very, very careful here. We've seen some no-scopes hit in those positions before for the dummy spawners, but you know it's good when you've got spawners coming in below Lucid with that sniper rifle on the tower. That means that SSG have complete and utter map control.
Killing spree for him as well. Still yet to be taken down.
Oh, he got taken down.
Of course, as soon as I mentioned it.
As soon as it's here. Yeah, thanks a lot.
It is here, 91-3 before Ether gets any points on the board.
Now, what can Ether do from this situation? Had to fight against the sniper rifle and the camo at the start of this game. But now that they've managed to take down 3 members of Spacestation, with Lucid being the first spawner and last alive, they're looking to put the pressure on themselves. They're going to clean him up, and all of a sudden it's a triple cap flipping the other way. Spawns are coming in on A, and you can see Luar's already flying into A to try and contest.
See if they can pick up off of any of this damage. Would be big if they do, and they can maybe continue the rotations because 3 are dead yet again. So just as you say, Ether proving that as soon as they got out of that vicious cycle and that gauntlet, they're able to fight right back in. There will be a swap.
Damn, they're taking A. It's okay.
However, it will still
they
be
took C. Damn, they got all 3.
We're Ether, they're back in this game.
A really big double kill from Lucid actually as last player alive there, and that's allowed the rest of SSG to get back on the map. That's why you're seeing Eco now in position to contest and pick up this camo. And as last alive, we always talk about if you are last alive for your team and you can get a trade, you've done an amazing job. But to come out of a situation where you get 2 and stay alive,
there we go, baby. Come on.
Underestimated. That's why you're seeing
take A. We need
A for SSG. They should be able to convert this.
Hell yeah. We got A and C.
So brilliantly with this camo to stay alive.
They going for B too. We're gonna try to take. Gonna try to take the map.
Everything kind of swapping over for a moment.
He's gonna take. They're gonna take C
in this game, and of course, if you've been following the preseason commentary, lots of questions around Lucid. No doubt around his skill level, but the question really is, right, what is his legacy from this year? Does he go back to being a Halo World Champion? So much on the line for him and this entire SSG side.
What a kill.
At the moment, it's going to be 2 dead for Ether, and now it's going to be Eco's turn to pick up the sniper rifle. Got the repulse to play with as well if he does get pressured by any grenades.
Enemy team
A little bit of info coming in, can't quite connect on tapping buttons, but there's the help from Stella, but there's the flank coming in from Loire. And look at the flood now coming in. Lucid gets one, but it's 3 dead again for SSG.
Snake by last player alive. Let's see how he plays this one. Gonna make sure he tries to get this kill in jail, and of course he does. Leave it to him. I'll pick him for a 1v1 any day of the week. And that's big. That'll let the team reset just a bit here. However, take a look at the scoreboard throughout all of this. SSG did get momentary control once again. However, this game is not only is Ether right back in it, we're essentially nearly tied here, and this perfect timing as Leor has this sniper. Let's get to a listen here with SSG.
He went jail.
Hey, big door now with QT. Big door with QT.
Coming back.
I spawn here, Kevin.
One more. Two shot. One shot. Jail.
Oh.
One back B. One shot.
Did he get both of them? He got both of them?
Two here.
One down.
What do we have? We need BNC. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Go cement.
Back green, one shot, tapping.
Yep. Corner back to jail. Corner back to jail.
He's dead.
I'm leaving in. Going to CC.
Alright, took B.
Yeah, I will.
I'm on cut.
Wait, Rat's on Kevin?
Probably your game.
Two shot.
They're taking A.
Watching Rad. Watching bottom mid.
Tapping was weak.
Two here. I know B down. They're both weak down.
Ammo 5. Ammo 5.
Big door. On big door.
130. Okay.
There's gonna be two screens. Two screens and one big.
Okay.
Careful behind us too. Yeah, I heard that.
They'll take A back. Take A back. They're about to take B.
It's really fun. Sorry,
Cuts.
He's one it. The guys see you. One it. Nice.
Oh, take a B back. Oh no, that was A. It was on top of B.
One shot pillars. Big door to A. One was pillars. But he's still pillars. Close right, Kevin. Close right.
I'm hitting C.
One shot. Yeah, they're gonna hit back big door. Gonna hit my big door.
A dom.
Two, Tommy.
Tapping buttons.
Three dead.
One shot small me.
Let's
Let's one.
Dummy's weak. Leor.
Keep living. Everyone live.
There's somewhere mud probably.
Yeah, mud spawn. Have shields. Get a shot.
Camo, guys.
We got all three. Come on.
I'm going to PJ. Mud also.
Man, they're moving like a unit, baby.
One tower.
Go in A, guys. In A, one guy.
Play for something.
Nice, bro.
4 dead.
SSG is a unit.
Might spawn close to me, mud or.
No, elbow maybe. I think elbow.
Dummy's again. One shot.
Fuck, yeah. One more. Top tower. One shot.
Whew.
Desperate.
He's spawning dummies, I think, guys.
One shot. Nice. 3 dead. Drift. Nice. 2 alive.
One shot in A. One shot jail. Two on me A. Almost one shot.
Need 30 seconds. Keep living. Need 30 seconds. Play for spawners. I spawned here.
One big door.
He left.
Well, it was a perfect time to jump into the SSG listening because ever since then,
They just went on a run, bro. They went on a run.
Rifle in his hands and acid.
Oh my God.
First hand as he takes a bullet straight to the face.
Man, the amount of damage.
See, they were worried about the Shopify score. This isn't Shopify. This is Ether. No disrespect to Ether. I'm not familiar with their game. I haven't watched a lot of Ether.
As we now hit the final points of the game.
Yeah, this is going to be SSG holding this. Nobody is close enough to a stronghold for Ether to even contest.
What a win.
From the
What a
moment
win.
we went into that listening, completely took control. And they'll be one to the good in this series.
How about Lucid? We talked about the original poster boy of Halo Infinite. The question is he back in full form, Lucid? How about going triple positive, 21-7 in game number 1 of the series to kick things off? And we got to see a lot of that from his POV. It was dominant.
3.0 kill death ratio.
Perfectly one shot, fly back out, big door.
Lucid just killed on that one.
And no one came to the top of tower at the end. In the end, it's 250 to 115. SSG takes that game number 1 with a convincing win on the board. We will now move to Slayer Aquarius, game number 2.
Oh, damn.
I
didn't know there was prediction.
On this map, they don't have to pairs play grouped up if you can. And if you get the opportunity to split spawn SSG and keep them on a run, you got to take it. You got to be aggressive. You got to put them on the back foot.
And also, let's not forget, in that game, we did see Ether bring the game within
round
about 10
2
points, and they were down 91-0. So that's quite a statement to be able to bring a game back like that against SSG. That is not an easy task, showing that they can go toe-to-toe for moments in the gameplay. The question is, can they do it here in the Slayer? Their big focus as we get into game number 2 will be keeping this game within reason on the scoreboard.
This could be very interesting. Like we mentioned, game number 3 is oddball. SSG have looked weak in oddball in the game type suite that we have in Halo Infinite. So if Ether can take this one, and send it towards the oddball, they will be able to test SSG in this series a little bit more than what we saw in that game number 1. But of course, SSG will be looking to go 2-up. They want to win
with
this
the elbow, man, with the elbow.
3-0, I should say. And the first step to doing that, of course, is taking this game as well.
Interestingly, late camo grab. Finally, Stellar does grab it, but it takes quite a while, 35 seconds. It's late grab to come on an Aqua camo grab. He will get it in the end. It's traded out, and we're tied 4-4. Really nice counter here on the opening from Ether.
Oh, nice
double kill.
There's another player in front of him too. SSG members scarpering away with no shields. And you're about as one shot as you can get now, Lucid. He's going to have to wait a few more seconds for those shields to come back, but they managed to do so. 76 to score, just a 1 kill advantage here for SSG. But you can already see that Lucid is under duress.
Really impressive, first of all, for those two SSG players to stay alive on Shroom Stairs, and now just the baiting and switching on Util Bridge keeps them with just a small 8-7 lead. I gotta say, Ether with a strong start here, toe-to-toe with SSG.
Snakebite with a big kill on the player who was just hovering around the courtyard there. So SSG now can move up the map. The angles that they can take superior to those.
What a
Ether, and with that beat down and that clean up, it's going to be another kill going to Lucid here, who has had another phenomenal start, by the way. He was 5-0 in the last game.
Lucid is something else, man.
Incredible. And like we said, you heard him pre-season with a new tone of voice and kind of an element of both determination, maybe even frustration. The teams were not taking them as seriously as they need to. And how about a 6-0 start in this game as well, as you say? This man is showing up in a huge way at the OpTic Major.
At the OpTic Major.
He does not want to show right now. He wants to stay alive top middle, because that camo's coming up in just a few seconds. He's got the green gun as well. A couple of extra shots coming in. Doesn't connect this time around with the green gun, but the top middle control was enough for Stellar to get away with the second power-up in a row now. And speaking of twos, good things come in twos. It's a double kill for him.
Ooh, he tries to drop and fly table, but regardless, in the end, it is an SSG grab. Really nicely done. Snakebite's going to come away with this camo, and I love how in both of these grabs, on back-to-back camos, they did not rush them. They're confident in playing their game,
20 to 12,
playing their
baby.
team shots. They know that the more time that elapses, the better that their situation will be on the map. Now they're up here 21-13. Really nice patient play in the opening minutes from SSG.
That slide's going to give Snakebite some information. Damage coming in. I mean, you look at the feed. 2 shots come in from Snakebite with that camo. Immediately, someone else is in a position to look at the damage from Snakebite and turn it into a kill. No one from Ether at the moment is able to get away with no shields. They are immediately being cleaned up, and there's another one for Snakebite. 5 and 4 for him, but he is leading the lobby with 6 assists.
I mean, beautifully done. It's not easy to fly up an opponent's Shroom Stairs at this level, hit the 3-shot melee, and get away with it, and then trade again. But that's what you expect out of Snakebite. Time and time again, he's going to get the extra kill, the extra damage. And how about Stellar? In this game, 12 and 5 already.
Even exchange,
huge reason why his team is now leading by 9.
Big swings can happen in this game
11.
time. And Ethan need to keep that in mind. At 27-16, it might feel like this game is slipping away from them, but you get a 2 dead, you get a 4 dead, and all of a sudden, if you've got 4 players still on the map, you can really cycle those spawns and cause SSG some problems. Speaking of which, 2 players from SSG fall again.
There we go.
Just slows things down for a second, enough to get that
We're
kill
still
and
up by
get his teammates
10.
back on the map. 29-19, it's a 10 kill advantage here for SSG.
And you have to wonder for the side of Ether as we watch this push unfold. We'll see how this goes before we get into what's happened so far. A little bit of waiting and switching. Eco tries to stay alive as long as he can. Finally, he's taken down. But you have to wonder with the amount of kills that we see on the board, you can't let Stellar go 14 and 7 and Lucid 7 and 3 off the rip. 3 fall yet again for Ether. It might be too little too late. I think, Mark, the one thing that we talked about with this team is when they are good, they are scary good. And we're starting to see that right now.
Yeah, I think we're starting to see how good SSG can be. The work has been done. The work has
We've been consistently up 9 to 11 kills the entire match
we would expect them
since
to
we
win
got there.
a style in which we were maybe hoping that they would be able to dominate a series like this. Eco with another camo this time for SSG. Ether haven't been nowhere near that power-up.
Man, Eco's doing so well here. Finally gets taken down, but does a whole lot of damage. Doesn't even trade with that first one. And Stellar
nice.
scraps
16 and 8
around pink 1. This is
16 and 8.
Like we said, it feels like we were only on Stellar's point of view for the second half of that opening killing spree, and before you knew it, they were up by 10. And that's what
16. Stellar's killing too, man. Shit.
When they are on the same page, that's what they are capable of. And this weekend and all season long, they're going to be looking to find that form as consistently as they can.
Stella's just going to fly, and you can see at the moment that ETHR just look a little bit lost on the map. They don't know what way to look. They've got players from SSG flying at them from all different angles, and with 3 dead once again, you can probably understand how that feels. 41-26 to score. Green Gun here for Stella. He's going to get another beatdown. Somehow gets away with his life once more. And I think Stella's probably thinking, I want 20.
Man, in the pits, how often are they not trading? They're getting kills where they
yeah,
most
20 kills
would be
is
trading, but they're getting away with the kill. And of
might
course,
get 20.
Follow-up with extra damage as well. Just 6 kills to go for SSG.
2 for Stella to drop a 20 bomb in a Slayer, which is quite rare.
Get it, Stellar. Let's get the 20. Let's get the 20.
Moment, just waiting for damage. There is that damage.
Stellar with the 20.
Time, but he's going to slide out towards the front of the base here. Try and take on Tappin. Buttons!
92, one more, baby. One more, baby.
Fight to win against Tappin. But this is Stella we're talking about.
4 kills to go, and time again. Not just winning battles, but ensuring that they don't trade another.
Stellar with the 20.
And he's 20 and 10 with 3 kills to go. It's a 20 bomb for Stellar.
Absolutely ridiculous performance.
20 and 10,
coming
wow.
in from the man who was so impressive for Spacestation Gaming last season. Drift will find 1, but it feels like this is just a foregone conclusion at this point. Drift will fall. Stella, surprise, surprise, gets the final and ends 21 and 10 in game number 2.
How about it? And Stellar has already been writing history books on what is possible within individual games.
He got it. Stellar got it.
He continues to write that story yet again. And it feels like every single player on this SSG roster, you can never count them out of a fight. Not just in each game, but even in the 1v1s.
Round 3.
The stuff we're seeing on screen.
You know what I'd love to see? Is
Do we
like,
sweep it?
XG in football, where it's like expected goal, you have a chance. It's like, what is the expectation? This should be finished.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that with snipe shots. Like, what's the XG of this shot?
Yeah. I mean, and even like kill totals, right? And then no one would have Stellar is expected to go 20 and 10 in this Slayer. Yet we might have to start putting those into the stat lines because he just dropped a 20 bomb here, double positive in a Slayer. We'll see what he can do on on-ball recharge. These guys are ready to end the full play and get ready for the bracket. We're underway here in game number 3.
Well, here
Let's
we
get
go.
that sweep ready, baby.
Stage, looking to close this series out. Looking to close pool play out with a 3-0 record, like you said, Andy, and we're going to continue with Stella. It would be rude not to. It would actually be disrespectful not to stay on his POV after what he just did in that last game.
Look at the wait and bait starts. I'm telling you, SSG with untraditional, and non-conventional starts to these. They just waited and baited orange door. Might even pick up almost both of those. In the end, though, they do get the camo. I'm pretty impressed with how SSG is playing. We talked a lot about the case on Showdown in the current meta. So we see a shot grab coming in for Snakebite as well. There are times when you need to play this game fast, and there are times where when you can slow down, it will give you a huge advantage. And that's exactly what we see SSG doing yet again.
Well, they've managed to get the odd ball in their hands. They also have camo and shock, so the story we were telling about their control of things that are popping up on the map is continuing here in this game number 3. Snakebite. It wasn't visible, now he's very much visible. That is quite the grenade.
That was quite the grenade.
That is dirty. Misses the shark
That is
shot.
dirty.
As 3 players go down, maybe 4 on half wall in just a second. Players are going to be spawning here, presumably elevator in A. Misses the shock shot, and 9 out of 10 players are backing down off a glass. Instead, he just 2 little shots as the pipe push comes in. See what he can do first. Almost takes them both down. But then just 2 little shots, 4 dead, which will now give me a chance to finally talk about all that he just did.
Holding objective.
2 little shots into long hole, and then the cheeky little pre-nade out that just picks him up before Lior has any idea what even happened on the long haul push, and then he rotates back and does so much damage in red pipes, and off the back of all of that, it's 40-0 off of the opening.
Lucid, you had a little bit of fun with the shock rifle, not going to be able to connect in the way you would have wanted with those shots, and I'll actually give a shout out to Eco at the start of this game, the start of this round. A lot of conversation about Eco's performance online. If you've watched Eco play Halo for long enough, you'll know that that's not the first time that that's been had. He always turns up when it's the big occasion. At the start of this game, 5 and 2 with almost 30 seconds of objective time as well. It's the perfect start for him.
Speaking of shout-outs, we know, of course, it must have been said many times in the broadcast, but extremely grateful to everyone working overnight to make not just today, but this rest of this weekend possible here, ensuring that everything from last night with some wild scenarios, power to the building was resolved. Many parties working all night, and it feels like this event is even more special because we know how many people had to work hard overnight, 2 a.m., to make sure that everything was resolved in the building and we have this venue rolling and we are back into the
I would like to do that, man. Set up all that stuff. I used to cater for weddings and stuff and have to set things up like hella quick, make sure everything was working. It would be dope to be able to do something like this, like to set up these kinds of events instead, because I don't give a shit about weddings.
From scoring a single point so far in this oddball, Eco looking to clean this one up. Will do. Grabs a couple
That's
of
what I'm talking about, baby.
Another kill as well. They were all trying to get away. Not going to be able to. Eco cuts him down as well. 3 dead once again.
Man, everyone on our team has just had their round. You know what I mean?
Important kill on back A. That's going to force a rotate of the ball, but Snakebite says, "See ya." He's going to rotate to some friends. He's got a gold.
Always good to have friends in high places, and those are at gold at the moment. Snakebite's got that green gun, and here come those friends. Here comes the flank from it. Eco as well. You talk about teamwork, things working together. Another trade coming in. This time Eco picks up the kill at a disadvantage, and SSG continue to score here, and SSG continue to control these power weapons. It's another shock rifle here. It's time for Snakebite.
Acid doing his best. Owen Wilson impressing behind enemy lines. But as we saw, if you go behind enemy lines and pipes and find yourself in a 1v3, it's not going to go too well. Tapping is knowing that poking here might result in a face removal, so he backs down.
A face removal?
Two players looking at sliding.
75-0.
But one big shot here, the chain damage, a headshot from Snakebite, and how things could change. Can't quite connect this time. Does get one trade, but three will fall for SSG in that push. So they've done a pretty good job here, and should finally be able to get their hands on that oddball.
Man, a little bit of deja vu there, right?
Oh, they got it.
In a 1v2 in pipes, and somehow still gets the trade and damage on the other as well. It will be for the first time in the round. Good shots, by the way, from Drift against Stellar. Not easy to do. Maybe a camo grab as well. Tries to shroud it. I think they're going to get away with it. They do. Lior gets away with the camo somehow, and maybe they can get back into this game now.
Now it gives us a chance to see how SSG are going to break. This is something we were focusing on. We wanted to see if it was going to be extended holds where they looked a little bit ragged. First kill does get picked up here by Ether. Still going to be challenging. The camo gets taken down. Snakebite from it at some sort of angle. Commits to that fight as well. Eco trades that situation out. I think he would have much preferred to get out of that one with his life, but at least takes one player down. But 33 seconds on the board now in this round number 1 for Ether, and SSG got to get that ball played.
Here comes Stellar, going to fly in. Bonk. Gonna throw the ball.
Did he throw it? Oh, he threw it off.
Be traded out, but most importantly for the SSG side, they do get the play ball. Lucid also with a little bit of style points to get the last kill. Clears out C. Nice little jump up to C plat, and that will be a rotate. Gonna already see the spawners, of course, pushing across Whirlpool, and he's gonna tell his friends to gold once again.
Whenever anyone has to fight against Lucid, and you just see him hit this strafe, it is so difficult to predict what he's gonna do. Just wiggling all over the place, got muscles in his thumbs that not many people do have.
Get him.
Attempted grapple, like you say, from Snakebite. Does get cut down though, and it's going to be Ether who have the numbers advantage. Lucid is now last alive.
Looks like surrounded by opponents.
Damn.
They time the 1v3 appropriately to make sure Lucid doesn't trade anything out, and based on the spawn timing, the damage shouldn't matter too much. Acid now going to
so
fly
close.
up. Now this needs to be perfect hold. It's 94-50. Ether needs to put together something very special if they want to steal this round.
A little bit kind of bunched up on the long haul at the moment, Ether. Don't have a lot of map. You can see that SSG have managed to wrap
Oh, they're all moving in. They're all moving in, baby.
That's why you can see tapping buttons getting isolated, and Acid all of a sudden is going to have most of SSG just flying at it.
Good trade there.
Okay. Oh, he got it. He got it. Did he get it? Oh, he didn't get it. I thought he did.
This is important. Eco's going to try to join, and with the camo at bat ledge, this is a big part of the battle as well. 3 dead. What a break from SSG. It felt
Let's
like
go, Eco.
Even though the rotate was coming in, they make it so difficult as SSG. They're going to play this one slow. Still 2 dead.
Snakebite just wants to grab this ball and get it back to life.
Yeah, just grab it, bro. He got it. He got it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
I've got the timing on this. I'm going to grab this up ball, and I should be able to get around this corner. He does do that indeed.
Hell yeah.
First
Round 1.
They are 1 round away from 3-0 in Ether in this series.
Really nicely done. It kind of makes you feel
Ether
like
was coming back, man. Ether was doing pretty good.
They take a minute to wake up. They kind of get the blender in the early game, and then they're able to bring the game back, within reason, but it's too little too late in the end. Really nicely done from SSG. They had a 3-man push at C plat, and in the end, in doing so, they were able to also get their first spawner pipes while Eco's grabbing camo. That made things much more comfortable at the end of the round, and it's once again good late game management. We'll see if they can do it again.
We got it. We got it.
If you're looking at simple things to improve on if you're Ether,
we
is controlling power-ups, because it is very tough to fight against Snakebite without a camo. When he's got it, it's even more difficult. He's going to add a grapple to the collection as well.
Just look at the info. Just ping, 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 letting the team know exactly where everyone is, and now the grapple's going to keep them alive here.
We got it.
It's a pivot for the team. You can see he's trying to cover as many angles as he can, and now he's going to play off the damage. Knows as much on the tower. Good call out from his teammate, and Drifter's last one alive. Well, he's nowhere near that oddball as Eco will take him down. So SSG with a fantastic hold on the map, and it's all from just the information and communication, right? Damage coming in. Cleanups on kills.
We're sick. We're sick.
Very
Come
simple
on.
for them right now.
Beautifully done from Snakebite and the entire squad. He goes just full recon mode. Sits Camo Whirlpool, is able to ping 3 players' locations, and then once he gets the call out, he can just whip right in with the grapple. Maybe a little bit of fat ledge craziness here. Traded out 3 dead. Tapping the only player alive. So
that was weird. They should both put their children like this.
Just played a little further bottom.
It's scripted. Get fucked.
Play there. That was not going to be easy based on his angle and his damage. Lucid will say, actually, we're going to bring that ball right back home.
Yeah, nice easy triple kill there for Lucid.
Nobody who's going to script something is going to let you do a 3-0.
15 and 8 with most ball time as well. Lucid yet again having another fantastic game here for Space Station Gaming. 52 points already on the board for them.
SSG is fucking locked in.
Eco goes in absolute pain drilling shots there. And tapping will be cleaned up in the feed. Take a look at that. So very important damage coming in from him, making sure that they maintain control of gold. Finally, though, I think there's going to be a little bit of a battle here where Acid's at gold. Another camo grab once again. Flawless. Huge shout out to the entire SSG squad. It's been flawless power up and power weapon control all series long.
Drift neutralizes the camo.
Ether got it. Oh, they dropped it.
Majority of the damage in that, but look at those shots coming in from Eco.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Perfect has never been more right.
That was, felt like his gun was shooting a bit different. That was way too clean. Eco very comfortable.
There we go, baby. Come on.
But on land in general, they will continue scoring yet again.
The rotate going towards the teammate is just holding down the back of blue. That's going to be Stella. Just be careful on this cross here as Acid has managed to pick one up. He knows something's wrong and manages to get the trade in the situation as well. 4 dead though for SSG.
They're all dead.
Coming in from Ether.
We all
pick up
dead.
the kills, but the ball did get played
63 though, it's not
They're
bad.
gonna have to fight for this again.
It's still way ahead.
Let's see what happens with him in the feed. This will determine if there's a hold or not. They do get the important kill essentially on the 5th kill, if you will. So Snakebite will be taken down right away. That might provide them with an opening. They're trying to bait from bottom middle. But ball down C-Stars yet again, and it's 2 dead for Ether, so Space Station with a solid break so far.
Okay.
Yeah, tapping actually the last player alive in this push. The respawn is coming in to give him some support, but Eco in the meantime has brought that ball back into the hands of SSG. He's brought the ball to the back of blue, and Stella's got a sniper rifle. I was going to say it's a shock rifle, but in his hands, anything that starts with an SM rifle is pretty damn good.
Oh, almost does it to him at top gold as well. Finally, he's taken down, but most importantly, SSG is still holding the ball. And what felt like it should have been an Ether advantage. Nice little grenade on the stacks as well from Lucid. Picks up another one. Don't you dare try to push to the sneaky.
Dude, he's nasty. He's nasty.
There's some pressure coming from somewhere. It's Tapping Buttons who's last alive. I think the Snakebite's going to try and deal with him as Lucid will grab that ball and go until 100 points of objective time in this game as well. And that brings SSG now within 10 points of closing this game out and closing out the series as well.
Beautifully done. Might even just hold it to these last points as well. Finally, the pressure
5
has come
points.
from Trippy. And they'll need one more hold here.
Man.
Eco, last player alive, gold.
Again, just good patience from Eco, right? Don't need to rush it, just need to win the game. Tapping takes some damage. Oh my word. Eco with perfect shots once again. A couple more into Drift as well. It's 2 dead.
That's when the pressure's on, man. They're 5 points. They're 5 seconds away from a loss, man. Ether, he needs to step it the fuck up. That's got to be like such a like anxiety-inducing fucking scenario to be in.
Only need a few points, but Ether are trying to make this a little bit mixy.
Man, Lucid there coming down with the green gun just absolutely decimates the camo hold. Yes, we see 36 on the board.
Play with your food a little bit.
All it will take was not even a break. A half of a break will win the game for SSG.
Snakebite cleans up the damage. Lucid knows there's someone else to deal with before. Snakebite's just following him around and going, thank you for the kills.
That is devastating here. Eco will fall on the immediate ball grab. So we'll be 1 dead. Not done just yet. Might be 3 dead in a second, but of course Lucid has something to say about that. Just going to be down on batteries, and things getting a little bit dicey here. 99 points. 1 to go for the round and the series.
Yeah, you can see Eco was just trying to grab that ball and think, I can get away with these few points on the batteries. I can survive long enough, but Ether keep this one going. Only 1 point needed. They have the ball at elevator, but these kills that are starting to stack up in the favor of SSG and the damage differential that's also stacking up in their favor means that Tapping has to go big inside of the elevator. It does exactly that. He finds 2 mates. Drift, he's down. Stella gets the other one. That'll be the last point on the board here for SSG, and they will close out the series 3-0.
Sweet, clean sweep.
Bigger than that, we'll finish Pool D 3-0 as well.
And interestingly, in that last round, and even across the entire game of Oddball, they didn't outslay by a huge margin. Instead, it was just perfectly managed Oddball gameplay. The kills were, I think, maybe less than 10 in terms of overall slays. However, SSG looking way too strong in terms of the overall gameplay. Your total score across that game is going to be 200 to 125 in a full game of ball. It's a 2-0 win in the end, and a 3-0 series win.
Just highlighting some statistics as well. We're going to look at that man on the left-hand side of your screen for that last game. 22 and 14 for Lucid, but most importantly, like I was highlighting, a huge amount, triple figures for objective time for him as well. So kills, deaths low, lots of oddball time. It's exactly what you want to see from a player who is so influential to the success of any team that he finds himself on. But I mean, you could take your pick. The one thing that's impressive for me on SSG, we talk about teamwork, getting on the same page. What's a great statistical indication of that? Assists. Yeah. Look how many assists they have in comparison to the other side of the stage. 8, 11, 13, 10. Only one player in single digits, and that was Lucid, who had most kills and most ball time.
This was dirty. I mean, come on. Leora thinks he's getting, he did everything he needed to right. He gets the shots on Snakebite, he continues pushing. Not easy to push against any of these players, and you're seeing once again fantastic work from SSG, and it's a similar tale for Ether, right? It's
all
clear
right,
that
that's the
knows
game
that
for the
professional Halo players, and they're able to get significant amount of points on the board. Let's not forget,
dope.
They just essentially had 50 points almost unanswered to get back into that game. This was lovely from Snakebite as
well. For the YouTube
like
video, that's it for this. Thank you guys for tuning in. If we have another match today, I'll be posting that up as well, but I'm going to be trying to get this uploaded like ASAP.
Picks up the first kill.